Last night was a great night at the Garden.
It was.
Last night,
hold on. Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was good for Steph.
Yeah.
But why in the heck were New York Knicks fans cheering this accomplishment so
it's
loudly?
Funny. It's funny you bring this up.
I'm like, wait, are these Knicks fans? Or are these did they travel across the country?
Funny that you bring this up. I was thinking that a little bit. I had no issue with it.
Okay.
And I usually have problems with that. I've heard a lot of local chirping on WFAN today. A lot of callers called it up.
Way?
Yeah, a little over the top, Knick fans. What are you doing? I mean, he's not one of our own. Well, I mean, I understand to applaud and to, embrace the moment, but a little over the top. He's a Warrior, not a Knick. Nonsense. That's so petty. And by the way, do yourself a favor if you believe that, all right? Now, let me also add this. I do believe, by the way, the average the average buy-in if you're playing poker last night was about $500 on the ticket. That was the upsell.
Wow.
So I'm sure you had more than usual non-diehard Knick fans infiltrating the building. I'm sure some Warrior fans, I don't know if they came 3,000 miles from, for the West.
Yeah.
But because of what they've been for a decade or so and Steph Curry's, presence and the affinity so many people have for him, while they do have a national presence. I was going to say they don't have a national presence like the Lakers or the Celtics, but a lot of ways they do.
They do now.
They've kind of become that. So I'm sure a lot of local fans that just love Steph kind of made their way into the house, which added to the uproar. But do yourself a favor, all right? If you think, and I really resolutely disagree with this. First of all, you celebrate the great moments. Mm-hmm. There's no better place. Yes, the Chase Center actually the old place in Oakland. Oracle would have been the best place for it to actually happen, but the second best place would have been the Garden.
Agreed.
I mean, there's no bigger stage. Whether it's Kobe dropping 60,
right. It's going to be on the road. Might as well be in the Garden.
MJ coming back and doing double nickel against the Knicks when he changed his uniform number when he stepped away from the game. There's no bigger stage. We know this. I don't need to rev up the Garden. It's tremendous, but I got to defend my Knick brethren who sometimes lose their sensibility, me included, and act like a bunch of knuckleheads because we're back in our swoon again. And quite frankly, I don't know if the Knicks are going to see 500 the rest of the year. Knicks have lost 4 straight. I mean, everybody's got COVID. We're 4 games below 500. But Knick fans are getting knocked around. They're on TV today, too, for their overly enthusiastic celebration. This is what makes the game great. And educate yourself. Go to YouTube, if you're not old enough to have seen, when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1984 broke Wilt Chamberlain's all-time scoring mark. It was in Utah. Magic was at the top of the key, said, go ahead, Cap, get in the paint. Threw a little dump pass, a little baby hook on the right side. Good. To Utah over Mark Eaton, by the way, who passed away.
Yeah,
who was a great defender, great shot blocker, passed away fairly recently as well. The Utah Jazz fans went nuts, and that was actually a rivalry.
I know.
So relax, celebrate the moment. Why would you even ask me that?
Partly because New York Knicks fans are supposed to be vicious in a sense. That's their MO. Maybe it's an old school MO when they were good and it's a different
vicious,
era.
Huh? Territorial is probably a better way to frame it.
Yeah.
Vicious is a little beneath us, buddy.
Dude, it was hard to play in the Garden. It used to be hard to play in the Garden.
Well, when you think about the rivals, but the Warriors aren't a rival.
Yeah, but they're a great team right now.
Absolutely. We are horrible.
They weren't last year, but they've been a great team over the last half a decade, or even more than that, to be honest with you. And they're the best team in the NBA right now. Yeah. And so, I mean, look, I would have if I was at the Garden, I would have cheered for Steph Curry.
Me too.
Because I love Steph Curry. I love his come, from not nowhere, because Davidson's a good school and he took him to the Final Four. But you know what I mean. He wasn't supposed to be the superstar that he is. I mean, one of the all times of right now. Certainly, maybe even one of the top 5 of all time if he keeps playing this way for the next 5 or 6 years, and racking up the score, the points and the 3-pointers, and clipping 4,000 at some point, maybe even pushing Kareem for the all-time scoring record. Who knows?
You never know.
Depending on how long he plays. Yep. And so I love Steph, but I just didn't think the Knicks would. I mean, yeah, good job, Steph, but not
it was raucous. Again, go back and watch the YouTube. I don't think the all-time scoring mark is different than the all-time 3-point mark.
Yeah.
Because,
the Knicks fans got their hands in the air what do you want to sit there like zombies?
They just saw history, man. First of all, half the people are wearing Warrior jerseys.
Yeah, well, no, that was his mom, and that guy who's sitting courtside.
Mama's still looking good, by the way.
Yeah, she really
Mama's
is.
still
They
looking
did not
good.
sit together, by the way.
No, I know.
But that guy sitting courtside, it was like, he was not a Golden State Warrior fan.
I don't have an issue with any Knicks fan except one.
Who's that?
What is Spike Lee doing? Is Spike Lee's on his back like behind Ray Allen and Reggie Miller? Oh, let me get the perfect angle. What are you doing? Come on. I thought it was a great night. It was a great celebration. And here's the other thing, too. I think part of the reason why Steph resonates with the way he does with so many people is that he really does represent us in the sense that he's not 6'8", not 6'9", doesn't play above the rim.
Nope.
You know, I know he's tightened up his body now, but when he first came in, he had pipe cleaners on his arms. He was a skinny belink.
He was so skinny.
Yeah, he had no
he's
muscle
still
mass.
Skinny, by the way.
But he's a little far more defined than cut.
He's got some definition in his biceps at this point.
For a kid whose dad, we mentioned Del Curry, and Del was there, and of course Ray was there, Reggie was there. It really was a great night of celebration. But Seth Greenberg, and I like Seth. All right, I do like Seth. He's on ESPN. Basically, Seth tells us all the time how much he knows about basketball. At that point, Seth was coaching Virginia Tech. Didn't even offer him a scholarship.
That's right.
Seth's dad played there. I mean, imagine coaching Virginia Tech, the school that Steph Curry's dad starred for, numbers in the rafter in Blacksburg, and being the coach of the Hokies who stunk at that point and not even offer Steph Curry a scholarship. Had to go to Davidson.
Sometimes it happens.
I understand that.
Steph was little, though.
I get you. But the point being, it was a very extraneous, very unique route to this stage. And I think that's part of the reason why there was such a raucous celebration, and the pageantry was through the roof. I think Knick fans, you call us vicious, and well, we are when we get ticked off, but and we're territorial, and we're petty, and we're small-minded, and we're jealous, and all that other stuff. But we are inherently knowledgeable.
No, of course,
and we know the record books.
That's the best thing about New York sports,
and that's why we did what we did last night. So good job, Knick fans.
I just thought it was a little bit over the top. I mean,
well, you tell them that on WFAN, and I'm going to have everybody call up, and I'm going to sit back for an hour. And they're going to destroy you.
Just stand up and say,
Stu Getz, my job is say that again next weekend on WFAN. I'm going to take a little break here. What do you got, Hit Tiki.
The dude.
877-337-6666.
Is that what it is?
That guy.
Is that what it is?
Don't worry. I'll be saying the number like usual.
Here it is. The guy is that's sitting under the basket. He's a Knicks fan. He's not a Golden State fan. He didn't.
I know. I get it.
He's a Knicks fan. You know how I know he's a Knicks fan? Because he's a New Yorker. He's wearing all black, right? So he's definitely a New Yorker.
He's got the Gothic look, which, by the way, went out 10 years ago.
Steph knocks that thing down, and he's doing this. He's like, yes! It's like doing
a little over the top. Now, I didn't zero in on that guy. You might be right about that guy.
I'm just telling you, dude.
I mean, I'd have to. Do we have that shot of that guy? Did we show him? I know we had some footage.
The network just had it on.
We had some. All right, so right behind he's wearing all black, right?
It was the second one. It was the second shot.
All right. I mean,
guy comes up. Hold on.
Yeah, I got you.
Steph Curry puts it up. This is his mama
having a good time. God bless her.
Guy down here on the bottom right.
I got it.
Yes!
Oh, he's not over the top. He raised his hands, dude.
No, he didn't.
Let me ask you a question. Jerry Rice breaks a record. Tiger Woods shattered. Well, I guess it's different with golf because it's not. There's no affiliation with the team city,
and you don't really
not territorial. Okay, right. So. I don't know, Bobby Orr. I mean, any great Wayne Gretzky, Messi, any great hockey player, Nolan Ryan, strikeout, Pedro, unless it's in the Bronx back then with that relationship. I mean, you're not going to applaud and actually acknowledge if you're a sports fan. You have to.
During the rivalry, Yankees, Red Sox.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say Pedro has some milestone that he's trying to set.
Yep.
Who knows what it is, whatever it is. And it happens at Yankee Stadium.
That's a little different. Actually, that's very different. I wouldn't celebrate Pedro at that point. No way.
No. And it's not the same.
Not when he stuck Derek Jeter and he stuck Soriano and he sent him to the hospital. Yeah. I mean, these are things that but no, that doesn't leave my memory bank.
So what if
I'm not cheering anything that even though he's one of the best of all time. So not in that moment, I'm not acknowledging it.
Let's say it's I don't know, Dale Murphy when he was with the Braves.
Two-time MVP.
Right? And he smashes some home run record, whatever.
Say he hits 4 home runs in a game, which only a few players have done.
And he does that at Yankee Stadium.
I'm going to give him a standing ovation.
Really?
It's one regular season. It's an interleague game, one amongst 162.
And that's more.
And the guy just went he went deep 4 times.
So I guess that's more.
How many people have done that? Bob Horner. I think how many players have gone deep 4 times in a game? I believe the number's 4. I believe it's. I could be wrong on that.
I don't
Maybe
know off
Jimmy
the top of my
Fox,
head.
Bob Horner, his teammate, ironically.
So that's
Horner
more,
absolutely did it. Maybe Schmidt.
That's more.
Give me some names when you get a chance, guys. Just saying, what do you got? How many?
That's more of the parallel.
Lou Gehrig, I know Gehrig did it. Willie Mays, Mike Schmidt, Chuck Klein. Totally forgot about Chuck Klein. Gotcha.
So only
that
4? Yeah, 4.
What about Bob Horner?
No.
Maybe you hit 3.
Maybe off the top of your head, you're wrong. But anyway,
Bob Horner,
my point was that's more the parallel.
Okay,
BT,
Stu Getz.
because it's less of a.
What's going on over here? You're taking me all out of order. Well, come on, get him in
less
order
of a
there, will you?
rivalry. That's more of the parallel because it's less out of order.
It's not a rivalry.
I know, but it is Steph.
All right, all right, now you just make me look bad. I said I think there's 4. When I'm off by that many, just keep your mouth shut. You don't have to say anything on the air. I'm just playing with you. When you, thank you for that information. If you shattered the all-time rushing mark or did something, so statistically rare in Philly, okay, would you expect a standing ovation where it seems like there's legitimate jubilation?
No,
exactly.
I'd expect
if you did that in Carolina or Jacksonville or Miami, would you expect a different energy?
I don't know.
Don't be a contrary. Just give me the right answer.
I just don't know if they would know.
Yes.
I just don't know if they would know.
But they'd have it on the freaking scoreboard. Of course they would know.
If I was on the road?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
maybe.
Yes. Come on.
Possibly.
They would.
I just expected New Yorkers to be a little bit more. Yeah, good job, Steph.
877-337-6666. This guy. I thought it was awesome. And I really do, he's got so much more to do, God willing, in his career, right? And I think really the important, like you look at the Titans of the NBA, baseball's different, but you look at the Titans of the NBA, like Russell, Wilt, Magic 6'9", Bird 6'8.5", Michael Jordan 6'6", Shaq 7'1", 300, Kobe May, rest in peace, 6'6", Tim Duncan 7 feet. I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon 7, all Oscar Robertson, like those guys are athletes. Now you could relate to them because you are an amazing athlete. But 99% of civilization, we don't have your genes. We weren't you. So we watch somebody like Steph and we normalize it, or he's normalized greatness.
Yes.
And it's more relatable, and I think it's an amazing thing. It feels different because of how he got there, what he looks like, and the route that it took to get there.
Yeah. Do you think
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think he has a chance to be a top 5 all-time player?
I got to tell you, Teague, for a long time, I never even gave that any consideration.
Me either.
No, I did not. Am I starting to listen, if he's top 5 all-time scoring, and
which he's getting close. I mean, he's got to be close to that.
He might win the MVP this year. He's right there, obviously.
And
if he keeps this up.
And he might win another championship.
And he might win another championship. I mean...
Which, by the way, equals him with LeBron. LeBron only has 4. He has 3 currently.
But the difference is Steph goes, he almost always wins.
Exactly. And he didn't have to jump around to do it.
That's right.
He didn't go to Miami.
That's right.
A couple. Didn't go to Cleveland.
That's right.
Go to L.A. and win the 4th one.
That's right.
He's been a warrior and will be a warrior.
Yes.
Until it's all said and done.
And it was a resuscitation of a moribund franchise. They were not good.
That's right.
Remember, they had Monte Ellis. There was a whole, do you keep him? What do you do? They were bad.
Maybe you got this thought wrong, BT. There are 6 Hall of Famers who have hit 4 home runs in a game. There are like 20.
So now what you just did, the people who just tuned in, who didn't know that I made a mistake before, now you were alerting them that I did make a mistake.
It's all good.
But I had Horner, I had Schmidt, we had Gehrig. I didn't think there was that many, quite frankly. I did not realize that.
Yeah, the Hall of Famers are Ed Delahanty.
Okay.
Lou
Gehrig. Delahanty.
No, I've never heard that name before. Chuck Klein.
Chuck Klein, he said that before.
Yep. Gil Hodges.
Of course, just got in the Hall of Fame. It's about time.
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays, say hey, kid.
And Mike Schmidt.
I said Schmidt.
Okay. The last one actually was in 2017. J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez, who's still hitting pretty well.
That.
Still hitting a little bit. Yeah, it's funny. What's that? Mike Cameron, yeah. Outfielder, Met, Padre, bounce around, could go get it in the outfield. Mm-hmm. With the Blue Jays, Delgado.
Yep.
All right, buddy. He's with the microphone there. You don't have free reign. Take it easy.
He's channeling Samter over there. He's channeling Samter over there.
Samter. No, Samter earned the right. Just totally teasing, bud. Totally teasing. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.